Welcome to the Hamsey Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Pablo Navarro. Today is Monday, August 27, 2012. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline differential closed at negative 159. For the Nasdaq advanced decline differential, we closed at negative 3. We had 19 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and 4 new 52-week lows for the S&P 500. Pretty flat action here on the market internals. For the volatility, we had 180,000 contracts traded on the VIX today, with 38 million in total premiums paid. For the dollar-weighted put-call ratio in September, we saw a 0.41 reading, which is bearish, with 10% of the total premiums paid. For October, a 0.46, which is bearish, with 39% of the premiums paid. And for January, we had a 0.93 reading, which is neutral, with 35% of the total premiums paid. Here we have the SPX daily chart. We have another doji flat for the day here. And the important thing is that we are still being above 0 sigma. We're bouncing off that level every time we've hit on the short term, which is positive. We're continuing to stay on the positive territory of the sigma levels. We're now looking for 1415 as the next upper target. That's going to be positive 1 sigma. And then 1429, that's positive 2 sigma. Of course, this week we have Friday, Bernanke speaking at Jackson Hole, and that's going to be pretty important, and that's the event that's probably going to move the market. Overall, here we have the support, pivot, and resistance. Today we broke the pivot to the downside in the close. That means we're looking here for 1397 as our first target on the downside. That's going to be a pretty important target. That's 13 handles from here. So we're keeping an eye on that 1397. If in case we break to the upside tomorrow, we're looking for 1425. Pretty big range here on the weekly support, pivot, and resistance. 1425, that's going to be our upper target here. Just for you to keep in mind, weekly pivot is at 1411. Let's call it 1412. Very important number here. We need to keep above that number for looking for 1425. That's going to be our target at 1397 on the downside. Let's go here to check the intraday action, and let's go to the 5-minute chart. You can see here pretty much nothing going on. We opened, went lower, and we have a 5.5 handle IV. We just then bounced back and pretty much flat for the day. Sell off into the close. Nothing dramatical, flat for the day as we just mentioned. Let's go to SPY. Here we have the daily chart for SPY. We're looking for 140.5 as support. That's going to be the 0 sig on the daily chart. Very important. Friday we had an outside day reversal. And today we have a doji. No decision point yet here. We're looking for upper targets of 143.50. That's going to be our upper target. That's positive 2 sigma. On the weekly support, pivot, and resistance, here we have the levels. We closed at below pivot, but basically pretty close to it. So we're looking to 140.13, pretty close to the number we talked about on the 0 sigma. That's going to be our lower target for the week. Our upper target for the week, 143. Also pretty close to the 143.50 we just talked about of positive 2 sigma. So those are the two levels here to keep in mind, and watch these levels pretty closely as they are very useful here. Pivot for the SPY is 141.6. That's going to be critical level to watch here, either to go to the upside or downside. Now let's go to GLD, and let's start with the daily chart. Daily chart here for GLD, we were down 0.4%, 161.37 is the close, and here we're starting to get some little pullback. Maybe we're gonna come and test this purple line here. We have it. This is the 200-day moving average. It would be a pretty good and bullish sign if we test and fail to break it and then just bounce higher. That would be a pretty good long entry point. 200-day moving average, of course, very tight stop. As for targets, on the downside, we're looking for the 200-day moving average around 160. Let's call that 160 exactly, 160.02. That is gonna be the support on the downside. If we're looking for higher targets, we're looking for 164.15. That's gonna be positive 3 sigma on the daily chart. We wanna get the support, pivot, and resistance. Here we have them for the weekly, and also we could see here we're above pivot at of 160.3. That's gonna be a key level to hold. If we failed that, we are pretty sure going to the 200-day moving average for a test there. On the upside, we're looking for 164.10, very close to the positive 3 sigma we talked about. And maybe with Friday's Bernanke speak, we could be even looking at weekly resistance number 2 of 166.26. In case things go wrong and we break to the downside, we're looking for 160.30. That's our pivot. And below, we're looking for 158.11. Very important levels here. If we do break that 200-day moving average, maybe it was a fake breakout here, and we could be going to 157.33 0 sigma. So watch this 200-day moving average very quickly and very closely here. And you also had the weekly support, pivot, and resistance. Last chart, we're going to VIX. VIX is going higher, some volatility coming back into the market, which is good. More bigger intraday movements we're getting in the market. Very good, because the market was pretty quiet over the summer. Last couple of weeks has been very quiet. You could see here the turning point, and CI perfectly caught that turning point here. You could see when CI diff turned positive. We're now looking for 17 upper and then 18 and a half. Those are gonna be our upper targets here. And in case we get a big jump or breakout, we're looking at the 200-day moving average of 20.14. Those are gonna be the targets on the upside. On the downside, we're looking for 14.08. That's negative 1 sigma. And in case we sell off even bigger, we get 12.62, negative 2 sigma. But again, these levels in which we are right now at the VIX are very good for the market. Good intraday volatility, and the market could continue to go higher. We have a special offer by TradeStation. Get your Hamsey Analytics proprietary indicators paid by TradeStation. Contact Active Traders office in Chicago, Peter Albino, at the number listed below. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.